Hello, I'm Dr. Lorenz, and I have some fun news for you today. To show my appreciation to you, my patients, and to express my deep, caring, and commitment to your health and wellness, I'm gifting to each of you a journal with which to practice the important tool of journaling. You'll be receiving a telephone message from me this week, letting you know how you may receive your journal. There will be specific hours in the office when journal pickup will be welcome, and you, of course, may pick up your journal at your next office visit. We will also be scheduling a drive-by pickup where Debbie, Minerva, Cindy, and I will be outside in front of our office to greet you, and you'll be able to pick up your journal at that time without leaving your car. The details will be delivered in a telephone message that you will receive in the next day or two. I've mentioned journaling in the past as a tool to help us manage the stress and uncertainty of the coronavirus pandemic, and also as it helps us to plan and follow through with intensive lifestyle changes. Certainly, this is a perfect time to consider journaling if it's new to you. The expressive writing of journaling helps us to organize our thoughts, reduce stress, improve our mood, and to become physically and emotionally healthier. There are some specific health benefits of journaling. Let's talk about them. First is that journaling is an incredible stress-reducing tool. It's one of those healthy habits that lessens physical, emotional, and mental stress. One study showed that expressive writing for 15 to 20 minutes a day for only 3 to 5 times over a period of 4 months was enough to reduce blood pressure and improve liver function. Writing about stressful experiences can help us manage them in a healthy way. As we endure the physical isolation that the pandemic demands and the uncertainty of how long these lifestyle changes might be required, journaling can help us make sense of our experience, and this helps us to manage it better and to sometimes see the gifts that it may have brought to our lives. Writing before bed as a meditation practice can help sleep as it helps us to unwind and de-stress. At other times, journaling may be stimulating and evoke thinking, processing, and creativity. Here, it might be important to journal first thing in the morning or at the end of your workday. Journaling has been found to improve immune function and decreases one's risk of illness and infection. A study published in the Journal of the American Medical Association in 2017 researched 107 patients with asthma and rheumatoid arthritis. They were asked to write for 20 minutes a day for just 3 consecutive days. 71 of the patients were asked to write about the most stressful event of their lives, and the rest were asked to write an emotionally neutral subject of their daily activities. 4 months after this 3-day writing exercise, 70 of the patients in the stressful writing group showed improvement in objective clinical evaluations of their disease processes compared to the control or the neutral writing group. Writing is fundamentally an organizational system, so keeping a journal naturally helps to organize our thoughts and to make sense of traumatic and chaotic events. When we make sense of traumatic events, we carry less fear, resentment, and emotional stress around them. We know that lower stress hormones reduce chronic inflammation and improve the healthy immune response. Journaling has also been shown to help trauma victims in many ways, and a New Zealand research study showed that it helped physical wounds heal faster. Journaling helps keep your memory sharp and improves cognitive skills. The process of writing exercises information processing, organization, and expression, and this clearly improves cognition and memory. Journaling boosts mood and gives you a greater sense of emotional well-being and happiness. Eleanor Roosevelt said, "Friendship with oneself is all important, because without it, one cannot be friends with anyone else in the world." Expressive writing can help us to get to know the dusty corners of our brain better. And it is then that true desires become clearer and we understand and appreciate ourselves better. This improved self-identity increases self-confidence. You can use journaling to develop your intuition. You might write about gut feelings or things that you feel are true. Because this journal is just for you, reflecting back on this type of writing also helps build self-confidence, which then reduces fear and anxiety. The uplifting of mood is related to how journaling strengthens emotional resilience. As more consistent journaling habits develop, the benefits become more long-term. Those who write regularly become more connected to their inner needs and desires and more in tune with the actions which improve their emotional and physical health. Journaling can evoke mindfulness, which helps us to remain present and maintain perspective while processing personal adversity and change. The emotional catharsis which writing allows helps the brain regulate emotion. Research shows that journaling helps individuals to have a more structured, adaptive, and integrated view of themselves, others, and the world. Expressive writing unlocks and engages the right-brained creativity, which gives you greater access to full brain power. In short, journaling fosters personal growth on multiple levels. There are different types of writing. For many of you, we've discussed journaling in order to improve sleep. Clearly, any type of journaling can improve sleep by reducing stress, but writing can be especially helpful when you find yourself ruminating at night to review your day, to solve a stressful problem, or to plan your next day. Here, a journal entry might contain bullet points and phrases to remind you of the tasks you want to complete the next day or the points you want to remember as you go on solving a problem. This allows you to go to sleep knowing that the list will be there in the morning to remind you. But eventually you may find yourself wanting to write more deeply and process more emotional issues. When you consider journaling, there are some helpful tips to remember. First, write in a private and personalized space that's free from distractions. Set aside the space and time for journaling. For now, avoid the screens for journaling. Writing by hand stimulates the brain in ways that digital communication does not. In the beginning, commit to writing at least 3 to 4 times just to get started, and aim for writing consecutively, such as once a day. You may then want to continue writing for a few minutes each day, or if you are stressed out about something in particular, you might try writing less often, but for a little bit longer, say 20 to 30 minutes, as this may allow more mental and emotional processing. Then give yourself some time to reflect and rebalance after writing. Structure the writing in whatever way feels right for you. Do not preoccupy yourself with managing perfect punctuation, grammar, or spelling. Do not censor yourself. If you're writing to overcome trauma, you do not need to necessarily write about the traumatic event. Just journal about whatever feels right in that moment. Keep your journal private. This is for your eyes only and not for your spouse, your friends, or your family. You may share with a close friend or spouse an awareness that you gleaned from your journaling, but the process is just for you. It may be helpful to identify a purpose for your journaling. Sometimes writing in your journal is the only way to find out what you should or want to be writing about. Sometimes it's important to describe an experience of the day, to glean more understanding from it. If there's something that you're struggling with or an event that's disturbing you, consider writing about it in the third person, as if you are an observer outside of the disturbing experience. This allows you to view the situation from a different perspective and can provide much clarity. Sometimes journaling can help us to be self-analytical, reviewing our performance in a safe and private way in order to discover ways to improve. And don't forget that keeping a log of your successes can help move you forward in that process of improvement. Writing about gratitude is an excellent way to shed light on those positive things in our lives which we may take for granted. Maintaining a daily list of things that you appreciate or are grateful for helps you to cultivate that attitude of gratitude. Journaling affirmations or positive quotes is a way to anchor them into our psyche, helping us to feel uplifted and more open and creative throughout the day. You might still be wondering how to begin. What if you sit down in front of your journal and feel stuck and stare at a blank page? First, no judgment and no shame. Start where you are. You might just start by writing one sentence. Maybe you just write one sentence a day. Gretchen Rubin is the author of The Happiness Project, and she puts forward this idea as a type of journaling. She suggests that writing a general statement about the previous 24 hours and looking back on it later really helps to keep memories vivid. There are many ways to stimulate your thoughts and writing process. Attached to this email is a list of many questions, ideas, and prompts to get you started, but I'd like to mention just a few of them here. First, consider keeping a nature diary to connect yourself with the natural world. What did you notice in nature today? A flower, a cloud, an animal, a bird, an interesting or unusual tree? Write 5 things that make you incredibly happy and describe why they make you feel the way they do. A sound that made me feel good today was... One really good thing about today is... List your favorite songs. Write down 10 things you want to remember during difficult times. Describe how they help you. Make a list of all of your coping mechanisms. Evaluate the ones that are most helpful and those that are detrimental. Write about a mistake that you made recently. How did you learn from it? How helpful was that? List some of the positive outcomes you've personally experienced during this coronavirus pandemic. Have you discovered personal strengths that you or a loved one had that you didn't know they had? Journaling may sound hokey to some, but it can be one of the most useful and cost-effective tools we have to create more emotionally, physically, and mentally healthy life. It's a great way to get yourself unstuck, as it is very difficult to write in detail about a situation without feeling moved to constructive action. By helping us to clear the debilitating anxiety that can paralyze us, expressive writing helps us to open up and feel energized to move forward. It helps us to make better decisions and to focus more on the very things that support us in taking compassionate care of ourselves and others. I hope you'll give expressive writing in your new journal a try, as I'm sure it will enlighten you and support your path to improved health and wellness. I wish for you hopefulness and peace, and may you see the beauty in every day. Thank you for inspiring me and for your commitment to our work together. Have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.